Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that had been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. And what makes this scripture so relevant right now, Israel, is because the stakes have been raised. The level has been raised. The Secretary of Defense is now called the Secretary of War. So they're waging war on the tribes. They're waging war on the whole earth because we're scattered throughout the whole earth. All Out War Stage 5, the conclusion. This is your brother Shataya here at Chicago Branch Great Millstone, prophesizing the return of the Heavenly Father Yahweh and the Son Yahweh Shai. You all ignorantly call him Jesus, but his true and Hebrew name is Yahweh Shai. Coming at you with another lesson. Lord will, it is edifying through the Spirit. But before we get started, we're going to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to our apostles and our elders here at Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Honors to the hopeful elect. The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the biblical and true Hebrews of the Bible. Salutation to all the Akim out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity. The speckled bird, and all those whose lineage goes back to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, healthy Barakatah. And the Akwaf, and those of you out there listening and learning, Shalom and Barakatah to you also. This is All Out War Stage 5, okay, Israel? And I have a video, I'm going to play it in a minute. Like I said, in All Out War Stage 2 in Stage 5, Part 2, I know, right? Since DJ Trump, he went over there and kidnapped dude, all hell and broke loose. Soon as it happened, Kim Jong-il, that's the president of North Korea, ally and friend of President Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela, started shooting off missiles. Man hadn't tested a missile in over 3 months. Soon as that shit happened, okay, he started shooting them off. Spooked the shit out of Japan and South Korea. China had to take a peep and see what was happening too, all right, okay? And this guy Trump, he has called for a record 1.5 trillion in defense budget, okay, money. 50% jump. You have North Korean President Kim Jong-un. I just showed you that video in All Out War Stage 5 Part 1, how he started shooting them off. And not only testing missiles, but he wants a mass production of them, okay? Stockpiling them, all right? They trying to bring Iran to their nuclear capability down to nothing, but they steady building and testing. Now they trying to destroy, you know, their nuclear plant, but they miss. All right, they tried to destroy the nuclear plant, but they miss. And now what you see going on over there, CIA agent provocateurs, okay? They trying to destroy the country from within, from inside out, so to speak, all right? That's America, you know, Babylon, AKA America, and that's what they do. And you know, Russia and China, they stockpiling and building nuclear weapons at an alarming rate, okay, all right? All through the Spirit of the Lord, all the will of the Lord, all through Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, all right? I'm going to let this video play, and we're going to go right into the precepts, okay? This won't be long this evening. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for the purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So without further ado, we're going to let the video play, Israel, and jump right back into the lesson.
These cutting-edge vessels will be some of the most lethal surface warfare ships.
These are images of a new class of battleship that President Trump announced down here in Palm Beach on Monday. And you'll notice what they're called. They're called the Trump class. They're named after President Trump himself. And they're part of this initiative that he has undertaken to build what he's calling a golden fleet for the U.S. Navy.
We're desperately in need of ships. Our ships some of them have gotten old and tired and obsolete.
And replacing them with what he calls superior vessels. They'll be longer, they'll be heavier, he says. These battleships, he says, will be equipped with all kinds of new technology, the guns and missiles at the highest level. He says they'll have hypersonic weapons, electric railguns, cruise missiles, and what he calls the most sophisticated lasers in the world. He also said that they would be very AI controlled, although he didn't really explain what that meant. And he also says that they'll just look better. You know, Trump has complained in the past about what some Navy ships look like.
I don't like some of the ships you're doing aesthetically. An ugly ship is not necessary in order to say you're stealth.
These ships will be designed by President Trump himself.
The U.S. Navy will lead the design of these ships along with me because I'm a very aesthetic person.
And there you have it, Israel. Okay, there you have it. Again, this is all through the spirit of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, okay? And all out war, all right? Stage 5, the conclusion. And the Lord is controlling all these nation leaders' man, Salakia. The Lord is controlling all these nation leaders' mind and pushing them to war, whether they want to or not. All right, this is all the spirit of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, all the will of the Lord. Let's go here, Israel, all right? Let's get Proverbs, and let's grab Proverbs 21. And it says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it wheresoever he will. All right, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. All right. You see what that say? All right. So the Lord is controlling this. The Lord is mustering this battle. Okay. And we're going to bring that Joel 3rd chapter out this time too. All right. Let me give you another one real quick. Let's go in Proverbs, stay in Proverbs and get 16. All right. Let's get Proverbs 16 and 8, 9. There you go, 16 and 9. A man's heart, and the Hebrew word for heart is lab. That means your man, all right, Israel? A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. So the Lord is in control of all of this, okay? And again, the Lord is controlling all these nation leaders' mind and pushing them to the war. Whether they want to or not. Again, it's all the spirit of the Lord, okay? And that's the times that we in, all right? That's the times that we in, man. The world is a ticking time bomb right now, okay? Like I said, in All Out War Stage 5 Part 2. And this guy, what they did with Maduro, that kind of like set the timer. If you got a bomb and you set it for 24 hours, you set it for 16 hours or 8 hours, well, the timer been set with that Maduro thing. All hell done broke loose, okay? All right, and that's a sign of the times. That's what season we in right now, okay? That's the season that we in, okay? let's go here. Give me Ecclesiastes 3. Okay. And it says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven, okay? It says a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. So we're in that killing time right now, Israel. For time's sakes, I'm going to drop down. It says, where am I looking for? Right here, we're going to drop down to 8. It says a time to love. Ecclesiastes 3 and 8. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace, okay? So all out war, stage 5, the conclusion, all right? And that's where we at. We're in a time of killing, okay? We're in a time of hate. We're in a time of war. Again, the Lord has put on these men's heart, okay? And he's drawing them to the war, okay? Whether they want to do it or not. It's all the will of the Lord, okay? And that's the season that we're in. I just wanted to bring this Ecclesiastes out, okay? Again, it says a time to kill. And we're in that killing time right now, Israel, okay? You see all this manner of judgment that's going forth throughout the earth through Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai's spirit, okay? All right? It says a time in Ecclesiastes 3 and 8, a time to love and a time to hate. Hey, what's that? Matthew 24 and 12, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So it ain't no love out here. It's a lot of hate right now. All right? A time of war and a time of peace. And that's what time we in, the war time. All out war, stage 5, the conclusion, okay? All right? See, so that's a sign of the times, okay? That's what we're seeing real time, okay? That's what we're witnessing firsthand. Let's bring that Joel out right now. Okay, let's get that Joel. What we want, Joel? We're going to do the Joel 3rd chapter right now. Okay, and let's get to Joel 3rd chapter. Joel 3. And we're going to start at 9. This is Joel 3 and 9, okay? And it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw nigh. Let them come up. So he says, proclaim this to all these Gentile heathen nations. Prepare yourselves for war. And I just gave you that Ecclesiastes 3rd chapter. That's the season that we in now. We're in a season of killing, a season of hate, a season of war, Israel, okay? Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, okay? Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say that I am strong. And that's what we're seeing, okay? These people are not investing in any more agriculture. They're not investing in any more infrastructure. They're investing in war. You see what I just showed you with this video, right? Okay, and again, that's what the president asked for, okay? He asked, Trump calls for a record 1.5 trillion defense budget spending. That's a 50% jump, okay? I just told you North Korean President Kim Jong-un says he will not only test missiles, but he wants a mass production. He wants to stockpile them, all right? And Iran, even though they're trying to break down their nuclear plants over there, they're not succeeding, okay? All of these countries are investing in war, not infrastructure, not agriculture, but war, okay? Let the weak say that I am strong. Alliances are being made. What you're seeing real time, firsthand, smaller countries that wouldn't have dared challenge the United States like this here 10 years ago, okay? They're now saying I'm strong, and they puffing their chests up at Babylon, aka America, okay? It says, assemble, this is Joel 3:11. Assemble yourselves and come all ye hither, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to become down, O Lord, okay? And it says, let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And that's the will of the Lord. That's his counsel. That's what he wants. That's his desire. Okay, and you can find that 2 Chronicles 20 chapter, Jehoshaphat. Okay, and that's the valley where all the nations was round about him, and also that Jeremiah 50:45. The smallest should draw them. The smallest should draw them into the flock. Okay, let's get that. All right, let's get that. Jeremiah 50. I won't want to butcher it. And 45. It says, therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord, that he have taken against Babylon, and his purpose that he had proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. So these Amalekites, okay, Amulek, which is the chief tribe of the tabernacles of Edom, the least of the flock, they've drawn Babylon, aka America, into this, okay? And this is going into that 2 Chronicles, the valley of Jehoshaphat, okay? And once they get down there, you know, it's gonna be a draft, okay? And you YNs are gonna go down there, and you're not coming back, all right? And all you old dykes and bulldaggers and women who don't need no man, this is your chance too. They're gonna give you a helmet and an M16 where you can die a man's death too, all right? Get all y'all asses down there in that valley of Jehoshaphat. And you can read about this in 2 Chronicles 20th chapter. That whole chapter is beautiful, okay? And I just gave you this Jeremiah 50 and 45, how the least of the flock has drawn them in. This is all-out war stage 5, okay? And this is all the spirit and the will of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, all right? And, man, that's just the season that we're in, okay, Israel? And what we're seeing right now, a big chess match, okay, like I gave you in that Mark 13 and 7, okay? A big chess match, war games. The nations are strategically moving, and they're landing their, pieces, their weaponry into position, trying to checkmate the other countries. But again, it's all the will of the Lord. Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai is the master chess player. And I said this in All Out War Stage 5 Part 2. He is 20 moves ahead of all these nations, okay? And that is his desire. That is his will, okay? All Out War Stage 5, man. And you see, DJ Trump, he going over there talking about they want Iceland now. Germany and Denmark say they can't let that happen. Okay, and he got his eye on all South America, Venezuela, trying to take that, Colombia, Cuba, talking about he want Canada. The Canadian president looking at old DJ Trump out the corner of his eye now. And this is going into the beast is starting to hate the whore. That's another lesson in itself, okay? Slovakia. But this is all out war, stage 5, the conclusion, okay? And this is where we at, real time, firsthand. Let's get a couple of precepts, all right, and get ready to shut the lesson down. Where do we want to go? Stay in Jeremiah. And we're going to close with that Zephaniah, all right? We're going to close with that Zephaniah 3 and 8, I think it is. Let's go to Jeremiah, back in Jeremiah, and let's go to Jeremiah 51. And we're going to start at the top. It says, thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that raise up against me a destroying wind. And that wind is that ICBM missile, okay? That radiation from them, that's them ICBM missiles, okay? They finna drop beams on this place, all right? Thus saith the Lord, okay? It says that's what he's about to do, okay? A destroying wind. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that raise up against me a destroying wind. And that's going into them ICBM missiles, okay? All right. And that's the will of the Lord. That's what he wants. All Out War Stage 5, the conclusion. Let's close the lesson out right here, Israel. Let's get this Zephaniah. And we want Zephaniah 3 and 8, is it? Zephaniah 3 and 8. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord. Wait on the Lord. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I raise up to the prey. For my determination, see, this is the determination of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Like I just told you, okay? Like I just told you, Israel, okay? It's all the will of the Lord. All the spirit of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And the Lord is controlling all these nation leaders' mind, pushing them to war whether they want to or not. All right? This is through the Lord. I gave you that Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. And he's mustering this battle. We're finna get that right now. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I raise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, pour upon them his righteous anger, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. For then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord, to serve me with one consent. All right? So this is his determination, is to gather these nations together in the valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay? And everybody that go down there, you ain't coming back. You're not coming back. This is through the spirit of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And this is All Out War Stage 5. Okay? That's pretty much all I have right now. Lord will, this lesson was edifying through the spirit. In closing, I'd like to say shalom and a baba bo.